I'm Diana Essak, President of ASM, and I'd like to welcome you to ASM International's Virtual 2020 Fellows Awards presentation. ASM International established the honor of Fellow of the Society in 1969 to provide recognition to members for distinguished contributions in the fields of material science and engineering, and to develop a broadly based forum of technical and professional leaders to serve as advisors to the Society. The recognition of distinguished accomplishments by individuals in the material science and engineering field is a basic responsibility and indeed a privilege of the Society. We inducted our first ASM Fellows in 1970, and we're especially proud to celebrate the induction of the 50th class of ASM Fellows. It is my honor to introduce you to the 2020 class of ASM Fellows.
Hello from the Colorado School of Mines. I'm extremely honored to be inducted as an ASM Fellow this year. This group, who I have long admired, represents enormous impact in the materials community as engineers and scientists, industries, national labs, and universities. Further, I am honored because I greatly value ASM International as an organization that brings together industry and academia to solve materials engineering problems. I've been fortunate to work with the ASM Materials Education Foundation, who has helped bring ASM to the forefront of materials outreach to the K-16 community and has so many hugely dedicated volunteers. To those people, your impact and dedication to volunteering is an inspiration to me. I had the privilege of observing one of the virtual materials camps made necessary by the COVID-19 situation this year. I was so impressed by the engagement created by the master's teachers, the level of participation by the teachers, and the number of volunteers who showed up and committed significant time just to be a resource for the teachers. These efforts branched to provide highly engineered materials education for a substantial number of students. I'm also proud of the work we have done in the Action and Education Committee, where colleagues have promoted innovative efforts in scholarships, grants, design, materials genome opportunities, and the list goes on. We try to continue to build on our strengths and reach out to groups we have not traditionally served, and most recently that might include students in two-year technical programs. This award reflects opportunities I've been blessed with throughout my career, and for the past several years in mines, in the Metallurgical and Materials Engineering program, and in the Advanced Steel Processing Products Research Center. I've been fortunate to teach in a curriculum that values hands-on education, and personally for me, to educate students in mechanical behavior materials. We like to break things, and usually it's a specimen. We often tell students that they are learning and being educated on machines that can impose the equivalent force of 4 sedans, and that provides some engineering perspective to them that's kind of impressive to them. The Steel Center specifically has afforded the unique opportunity for me to work with industry sponsors, students, and colleagues on impactful projects. In fact, this year I'm honored to be inducted with one of my colleagues from the Steel Center, J.P. Singh of General Motors. These research projects are related to issues we all care about: automotive safety, fuel efficiency, multiple energy sectors, including oil and gas, wind, hydrogen, nuclear, and others, heavy equipment for construction and agriculture, forestry, defense, and many other projects. To my colleagues at Mines, our partners and former students, I thank you for providing so many rich opportunities to learn over the years, and I look forward to many more years of collaboration. Finally, I have significant gratitude to my family for their support and commitment, and to several mentors who have provided invaluable guidance and sometimes patience, which I've recognized many years later. Thank you again, and please stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Hello everybody. My name is Shrikant Joshi and I'm a professor in the Department of Engineering Science at University West here in Sweden. It feels quite odd to be doing this via a video clip rather than at the traditional in-person awards dinner, but then all of us are currently busy setting precedents for unprecedented times. And this is just another example of dynamically adapting to the current situation. At the outset, I would like to convey my deepest appreciation to the Board of Trustees of ASM International for this tremendous honor. It is a distinct pleasure and truly a moment of great pride for me to be recognized as a Fellow of the Society. It is also super special as well as humbling to be so recognized alongside a bunch of incredible peers who have made very distinguished contributions in the field of material science and engineering. Honestly, not a single day goes by when I don't consider myself exceedingly fortunate to be able to spend every work day trying to do what I like most: pursuit of knowledge and better understanding of how we can engineer surfaces that perform better in very aggressive operating environments and or last longer for common industrial benefit. So this recognition, while getting to do what I love doing, is the proverbial icing on the cake. I think everybody that has had any degree of success in his or her career has numerous people to thank. Therefore, as I gratefully and very respectfully accept this award, I would like to thank everyone who's been a part of this truly incredible fun journey that I've had. Students, colleagues, and my collaborators, especially students who do all the work that eventually results in patents, in application development, or in publications that every professor aspires to write. Almost without exception, in all these publications, a student is the first author and I am the very last. And there's a story there because it very aptly reflects the extent of their contribution. I have constantly enjoyed my interactions with students and learned immensely from every one of them. Considerable credit is also due to funding agencies who've permitted me to buy fun toys for my lab throughout my career. I of course look forward to accepting this in person in St. Louis during IMAT 21. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and look forward to seeing you soon.
I am just thrilled to be recognized by ASM International as a Fellow of the Society. Since its founding in 1913, ASM has played such an important role in the building of the material science and engineering community around the globe. And it's also played an important role in my own professional development. First, I'd like to thank my nominators for pulling together their letters of support and award application. In addition, the portfolio of achievements, including over 260 peer-reviewed material science and engineering publications that allowed for this recognition, wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the hard and dedicated work of my many former graduate students that I've had the opportunity to supervise at the University of Tulsa, at Iowa State University, Washington State University, and North Dakota State University. I also owe a great deal of thanks to the various funding agencies that have supported my work over the past 20 plus years. Finally, I'd like to thank and dedicate this award to my family, particularly my wife, Michelle, whose amazing support has allowed me to focus on tackling really interesting problems at the interface of material science, engineering mechanics, and polymer chemistry. Being named a Fellow of ASM is certainly one of the highlights of my career thus far, and I am honored and humbled to be recognized in this way by the Society. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Guillermo Nashville. It is my great honor to be a member of ASM's 2020 Class of Fellows. First, I would like to thank my dear husband, Professor Philip Nash, and my two wonderful children for their continuous support without any complaints while I have spent so much time at work with students and volunteered for ASM Chicago Regional Chapter and ASM International. I would like to thank my first academic advisor, Professor Judy Tarr, for her introduction to ASM International, for her great support and guidance through the years. Professor Tarr is my female role model. I would like to thank my first boss in industry, Mr. Brian Braglia, who hired me and taught me everything he knew about locomotives and diesel engines, which made my work experience at Progress Rail, a Caterpillar company, quite enjoyable. I love my work as a resident fatigue expert conducting failure analysis on the locomotive and diesel engine components and providing solutions which have saved millions of dollars and possible lives by improving the design and product reliability and preventing future failures. Conducting failure analysis of components is just like a detective job. Going to work is just like going to have fun. By following my alma mater, Tianjin University's motto, seek truth from facts, it has been really rewarding to solve failure problems and find solutions to improve design and product reliabilities. I would also like to thank my other alma maters, the University of Southern California and Illinois Institute of Technology, having educated me so that I have abundant knowledge to do my job properly. Especially, Illinois Institute of Technology also hired me as an adjunct professor after my graduation, which furthers my education through teaching dislocation strengthening mechanisms and fatigue and fracture mechanics. There's no better way to learn than teach. Finally, I would like to thank Dr. Rock Shipley, who nominated me for this prestigious award, and Professor Judy Tarr, Dr. Aziz Asafani, Mr. John Handley, Dr. Ricardo Swartz, and Mr. Michael Colonies for writing the recommendation letters for me. And finally, thanks to ASM International Fellow Selection Committee for selecting me. I'm looking forward to accepting the award in person during the 2021 Convocation of Fellows in St. Louis. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Niezinski. I work for Constellium Road Products, responsible for product development in the space and defense area. Also have been a member of ASM for close to 35 years. First of all, I am both humbled and honored by being elected to the fellowship of ASM International. First, I want to thank Dr. Frank Gale for nominating me and colleagues who wrote letters supporting that nomination. I'll continue to serve and work, let's say, with ASM as long as, let's say, I'm in the professional career. And also I'm looking forward to seeing all of you, or many of you, as many as possible, in September of 2021. Stay well and healthy. Signing off. Thank you.
Hello. I am honored to have been elected by the ASM Board of Trustees to be a member of the Class of 2020 Fellows. It is humbling to be included as part of a very distinguished group of scientists and engineers who have received this honor since its inception in 1969. I would also like to offer my congratulations to each member of the new Class of Fellows. I specifically would like to thank the Libertyville chapter of ASM, who so kindly nominated me in 2018. As well as the ASM Women in Engineering Committee for their support and guidance. I also thank the many colleagues who have taken the time to write letters of recommendations in support of my nomination. Although I received my PhD in physical organic chemistry, my career path has evolved from a focus on organic materials to a concentration in metallurgy. I have worked in vacuum heat treating for 16 years when Bill Jones, an ASM Fellow and the owner of Solar Atmospheres, hired me to join his newly formed research and development group. As part of this group, I was able to apply my background in chemical thermodynamics and kinetic principles to vacuum heat treating in areas like vacuum carburizing, gas nitriding, and hydriding and dehydriding of refractory metals. It was through Solar Atmospheres that I joined ASM International, where I was able to attend many conferences as a speaker or an attendee and further develop my understanding of the field. ASM also gave me the opportunity to become a teacher and work with the ASM Education Foundation. This began with editing an older course chapter to teaching a short course on vacuum heat treating in 2011. This subsequently developed into a twice-yearly 2-day course at ASM headquarters, where we now utilize the Mentor vacuum furnace donated by Solar Manufacturing. Through collaboration and networking, ASM International supports and helps to advance the careers of scientists and engineers in the field of material science. I have had the honor to be mentored by ASM Fellows in addition to Bill Jones, including Dr. Harry Antes, Dan Herring, Bob Hill, and Don Jordan. It is through these mentorships that I am here today accepting this award. I would like to encourage all members of the material science community to join ASM and take advantage of the many opportunities afforded to you through this diverse community. In commercial vacuum heat treating, we routinely work in partnership with a variety of industry leaders as we tackle the problems of today to provide solutions for tomorrow. Thank you again, and I look forward to attending IMAT 2021 to accept this prestigious award in person.
Hello, I'm Claire Rimnack. I'm so glad to have this opportunity to thank ASM International for the honor of being elected into this year's Class of Fellows. I also want to thank those of you who submitted and supported my nomination. This means so much to me. ASM was my first technical organization. Maybe it was yours too. I can hardly believe it, but I've been a member of ASM since I was a sophomore at Carnegie Mellon University. Once I took my first Intro to Material Science course, I knew that I'd found my home discipline in metallurgy and material science. And ASM has always been an integral part of my career since that time. My first invited talks were at the Buffalo and Long Island, New York ASM chapter meetings. And when I moved to Case Western Reserve University here in Cleveland in 1996, one of my first outings in the area was a pilgrimage to ASM Materials Park, a mere 30 minutes east of Cleveland. I was so excited when I realized that it was nearby. I took my 8-year-old daughter with me and made her take a picture of me in front of the geodesic dome. I think you can see that ASM International holds a special place in my heart. It was my first and remains my most important technical society. Thank you again for the honor of being made a fellow of ASM International.
Greetings, I'm Thomas Scharf, Professor of Material Science and Engineering at the University of North Texas. I hope everyone is doing well during these challenging times. I would like to thank ASM International for this great honor of becoming a Class of 2020 Fellow. I would also like to thank all of those who helped with my nomination package and the Fellows Committee for acknowledging my contribution to the field of material science and engineering. This distinction would not be possible without thanking all of my previous advisors, mentors, and collaborators, as well as current colleagues and students. I also thank my parents for encouraging me to become a scientist and engineer. I am humbled to be elevated to the rank of fellow, and I wish everyone well. Take care and be safe.
Well, thank you very much for the honor, ASM International. It has been a great pleasure for me to be part of this amazing organization at several levels over the years. Early involvement in ASM at the grassroots level has been at Detroit chapter, to know and work with exceptional peers and colleagues who work diligently to bring value to its members through very well thought out chapter technical programs, educational trainings, very well respected ASM and Arbor teachers camps, and engagement through various student competitions. What struck me early on was the sincerity of fellow members trying to give back to our society selflessly. As you know, the work here is purely on a volunteer basis, and I saw several of them being engaged in various aspects of making efforts to sustain and progressively grow our society. So it did serve as a great learning grounds for me early on. So I want to thank my fellow members at Detroit chapter. I would also like to thank many of the ASM International staff members and national leaders who helped me get engaged at the national level, mentored me in the process, and was able to learn and grow from them. My passion for the field of material sciences was built during my undergraduate schooling at National Institute of Technology, Trichy in India, and later during my grad school at Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. I was very fortunate to have advisors who were very passionate about material sciences and provided a lot of encouragement and helped me grow. The focus of work over the years in the area of structural automotive materials to help improve safety, competitiveness, environmental footprint, and working with an industry cross-collaborative organization like Auto Steel Partnership, ASPPRC, Galvanizing Auto Body Partnership, Society of Automotive Engineers, and several others has helped me continue my passion of all things materials, and I want to thank these organizations for the work they do towards the industry. I would also like to thank my peers and colleagues and several mentors I've had the good fortune of having over my professional career who helped me grow in the process, and my supportive leadership at General Motors who have truly valued the employees' engagement and involvement in the professional organization like ASM. Finally, I think any personal or professional success has to have a supportive background. For some of us, it's our families. My mother was instrumental in letting me pursue my dream of becoming an engineer, so I'm really thankful to her. I'm sure she's watching from up above. My dad and brother, who are both engineers, provided ample inspiration growing up to be sincere and good at what one has to do. So thank you, both of them. I hope that will continue to provide the same level of inspiration to our next generation of engineers growing up in our families and to bring value to their professions. And finally, to my lovely wife for her constant and continued support. So with that, I want to thank you ASM International for this great honor to stand among a very worthy set of peers and colleagues here for the 2020 Class of Fellows. Thank you again.
All right, so such an exciting moment to be given this prestigious ASM Fellow Award. I'm so excited. Never thought I would be given such an award. I want to first thank the award committee for selecting me, and thank Dave Barr, my department head, for nominating me for this award, and my colleagues, pioneers, mentors, and Amin Misra from University of Michigan, Professor Amir Mukherjee from UC Davis, Neville Moody from Sandia, Yuntian Zhu from City University of Hong Kong for nominating me, for supporting me for this award. And I also want to thank Bill Niezinski for writing me a supporting letter for this. My involvement with ASM started when I was in grad school since 2001, when I first get this ASM grad student paper award. And back then, my advisor, Professor Carl Cook from NC State, always told me, saying, Xinhang, you have to make sure the paper you write is contributing something to the community. And later, I spent some time at Los Alamos working with smart scientists and worked 12 years at A&M and now at Purdue. It's been fortunate to be surrounded by so many smart, talented colleagues and pioneers. I really want to thank my grad students who work so hard, contribute tirelessly to the research projects, and they really educated me to doing the part of team research, and learn to enjoy doing research. So they're having so much fun, and I really like to see my students being so happy doing their research. And also I want to thank my parents who have been supporting us, supporting the entire family, taking care of kids, the yard, and the kids have been so patient with us, with me, And last, but more importantly, thank my wife, Haiyan. She's also a faculty at Purdue University. Her tremendous support and love and passion has been giving me, so much confidence to move forward. And finally, I want to thank the ASM again, and I will contribute my energy to help the next generation to be more successful. Thank you very much.